4 new titles join the countdown this month, but what's more, a mere 7/100ths of a point decides which game is in the #1 position. These are the top 10 hottest board games as of September 2019. Hi, I'm Chaz Marler from Pair of Dice Paradise and BoardGameGeek, and welcome to this month's Top 10 Hottest Games, which is based on the titles that are generating the most traffic and discussion on the BoardGameGeek website over the past 30 days. These games are tracked on the site's hottest games list, and the higher and longer a game remains on that list throughout the course of the month, higher it ranks on the top 10 overall. 152 different games appeared on the list over the past 30 days, including one game that makes its debut on the list at number 10. Joining the hotness list with a strong start at number 10 is the recently announced Marvel Champions the Card Game, a cooperative living card game for 1 to 4 players by Fantasy Flight Games. Marvel Champions, the card game, invites players to embody iconic heroes from the Marvel Universe as they battle to stop infamous villains from enacting their devious schemes. As a living card game, Marvel Champions is supported with regular releases of new product, including new heroes and new scenarios. The base game, though, currently scheduled for release in the 4th quarter of 2019, includes over 350 cards, 100 tokens, 5 hit point trackers, and more stuff. The Marvel Champions card game core set invites players to suit up as Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Black Panther, or She-Hulk, combining their powers with their fellow heroes to take down enemies such as the rampaging Rhino, the Cunning Claw, or the utterly terrifying Ultron. Do you have what it takes to join the ranks of these legendary heroes and become a champion yourself? Rising up 50 spots after slumbering at number 59 is Sleeping Gods, a cooperative push-your-luck storytelling game by Red Raven Games. In Sleeping Gods, up to 4 players become Captain Sophie Odessa and her crew, lost in a strange world in 1929 on their steamship, the Manicore. Each session the players embark on can last as long as they like. The game can also be played solo, too, or with friends throughout a campaign, as players can be swapped in and out on the fly as they go. But no matter the number of players, the goal remains to find at least 14 totems hidden throughout the world. While doing this, everyone must work together in order to survive while exploring exotic lands, meeting new characters, and seeking out the totems of the gods so that they can finally, triumphantly, return home. Oozing up 1 spot to number 8 this month is Arkham Horror the Card Game, an adventure-filled living card game from Fantasy Flight Games. Each adventure in Arkham Horror the Card Game carries investigators deeper into mystery. Cultists and foul rituals, haunted houses, and strange creatures all wait to be discovered. And that doesn't even mention the ancient ones, who are also out there floating about, actively trying to cross the barriers into our world to reshape it in their own twisted images. On the game's forums, user Roger Bruggerman shared a set of directional location connectors that he found on Thingiverse and 3D printed. These can help provide the gothic environment that saturates the game. A link to that forum post with more information on where you can find these location markers will be included in this video's description, just in case you'd like to print out a copy of these 3D components for yourself as well. Slipping down a spot, number 7 this month is the cooperative card game of exploration and storytelling, The Seventh Continent by Serious Pulp. In The Seventh Continent, a solo or cooperative choose-your-own-adventure exploration board game, players choose a character and then begin their adventure either on their own or with a team of other explorers. And throughout their dangerous and wondrous encounters, players will have to use every ounce of wit and cunning to survive. They'll need to craft tools and weapons, find shelter to ensure their survival, and deal with a lot of surprises that come up along the way. It's possible that questions are going to arise during the 16 hours of content that this base game offers. So to help address these, an extensive, spoiler-free FAQ, or FAQ, has been posted for players on the game's forums. If you have questions about this game that need answers, well, you'll find a link to this Q&A list in the description right below. Tripping down a couple of spots to end the month at number 6 is Root, an area control game featuring asymmetrical animal abilities by Leader Games. En route, resourceful rodents and aerial revolutionaries revolt to reclaim real estate in retaliation against Marquis de Cat, who reaches to wrangle all the rural regions in his rapacious wrath. Root continues to have a really strong player fan base, as demonstrated by several variants and fan-made factions that have been posted online. The latest of which is the Necropossums, developed by BGG user MogKeb. These undead rodents command their own legion of skeleton warriors in their contribution to free the forest. This is another item that you'll find a link to in the description below, just in case you'd like to get to know these opossum necromancers whose army of the undead apparently isn't playing possum. And making its debut on the hotness list this month at number 5 is Tapestry, the upcoming 2-hour civilization game for 1 to 5 players by Stonemaier Games. In Tapestry, each civilization starts from nothing and advances on any of 4 different advancement tracks that are available: science, technology, exploration, and military. Traversing each track earns the player progressively better and better benefits, and then players can focus on a specific track or take a more balanced approach if they wish. Each track will allow players to improve their income, build their capital city, leverage their civilization's specific abilities, earn victory points, and gain tapestry cards that will tell the story of their culture and history. Pre-orders for the 25,000 copies of Tapestry that are planned to be printed in this first run started on the Stonemaier Games website on September 4th, with those pre-orders expected to be shipped later in September as well. Now, after the traction that other Stonemaier games, such as Scythe and Wingspan, have had, do you think that Tapestry has the potential to be another game that we'll continue to see in our top 10 for months and months and months to come? Give me your prediction about this game's longevity in the comments below. Stepping up 2 spots to reclaim spot number 4 this month is the economic environment building game Terraforming Mars from Stronghold Games. In Terraforming Mars, players run colossal corporations competing to transform the Martian landscape into a new world capable of providing humanity with a new planet on which to finally listen to their record collection in peace, because everybody out there knows that vinyl simply has a warmer, more dynamic sound. Terraforming Mars is another game with a very active player community, and one player, Blake Gottschall, recently posted an additional player-made corporation that can be used to add even more variety to the game. In a slightly meta twist, this corporation is Stronghold Games itself. So if you would like to try out donning the Stronghold red shirt while taking on the Red Planet, you'll find a link in the description to the forum post that has more details about this custom-made corporation. Hovering steadily at spot number 3 once again this month is the economic card game of avian collection and care, Wingspan by Stonemaier Games. Wingspan is a competitive, medium-weight, card-driven engine-building game in which players are researchers, birdwatchers, ornithologists, and collectors, each seeking to discover and attract the best birds to their network of wildlife preserves. Now, a Wingspan expansion, which some have speculated adds new birds into the mix from several new locations, including Asia and Africa, is expected to land on store shelves in the 4th quarter of this year. So as that gets closer to dropping, keep your eye on the sky. Rising up from spot number 26 last month is the sci-fi tile placement game from Pearl Games, Black Angel. The Black Angel, the first intergalactic frigate in history, must transport the genetic heritage of humanity beyond all known worlds over a journey that is likely to last several thousand years. The ship's crew will be composed only of robots, and because no nation is willing to trust creation of the artificial intelligence that will control this crew to any other nation other than themselves, of course, a compromise is found. The Black Angel will be co-managed by several different AIs, controlled by the players, and the utility of each decision that they make will be evaluated and scored. And then, eventually, at the completion of this long and perilous voyage, when a new inhabitable planet has been reached, the AI that has earned the most points will be the one that is entrusted with reawakening humanity and overseeing its new start. Black Angel had a limited release last month at Gen Con, with a general retail release just a few days ago on August 30th. Black Angel has held an average position this past month of 7.8 on the hotness list, which was so close, but still unable to snag the top spot from the game that held an average position of 7.7 beating out Black Angel by just the thinnest of razor's edges. And that game is... After, believe it or not, 5 months away from the top spot, Gloom Haven returns to reclaim the top position on our hotness countdown this month. Gloom Haven is a game of Euro-inspired tactical combat in a persistent world of shifting motives. Players will take on the role of a wandering adventurer with their own special set of skills and their own personal reasons for traveling to this dark corner of the world. In the game, players must work together out of necessity to clear out menacing dungeons and forgotten ruins. And in the process, they will enhance their abilities with experience and loot, discover new locations to explore and plunder, and expand an ever-branching story fueled by the decisions that they make. And no doubt, Gloom Haven packs a lot of game into its massive box. And just how long would it take to complete its campaign? Well, BGG user Ray S. gives us a glimpse at what one may expect, stating that, quote, "After playing 61 games over a period of 2.5 years, my family finally completed the original Gloom Haven campaign." He goes on to mention that the journey took about 125 hours of playtime and that his group will be taking a rest before embarking on the Forgotten Circles expansion later this year. Now, how does Ray's experience with the game's campaign compare to your own? In the comments, let me know how many hours you've spent immersed in the world of Gloom Haven and just how far into the campaign that's gotten you. And there you have it. There's your list of the 10 most popular board games as of September 2019. And for more board game countdowns, news, previews, and playthroughs, be sure to subscribe and turn on those fun little notifications so you don't miss any of the videos that are posted on this channel. Thanks. Until next time, I've been Chaz Marler from Pair of Dice Paradise and BoardGameGeek. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.